You need to learn how to appreciate things, my friend. So I'm back with another video. And I wanted to work on this topic a while ago, but I think that it's time to talk about it. Your life is not as bad as you think, and what you have is someone else's blessing. And oftentimes, I've had moments in my life where I asked God to help me with a certain thing, and He did. And then I think about something else which bugs me, and I completely forget about the blessings that He has given me. It's like when you're in pain during the moment. It's like, oh my goodness, you need a relief right now. And then you're okay. You forget that you were actually in pain a few minutes ago. And that's how we are as humans. We tend to forget the good things and forget gratitude. So I just want to say that this video is not just your generic gratitude video. It's the fact that you are living in someone's wished prayer. Like you are living in someone else's wish. And I'm not trying to make anyone, that was dumb. Whoopsies. I'm not trying to make anyone feel guilty. I just want to say this because too many of us are focused on what we don't have. But instead, we should focus on what we have. So I'll give you a very specific example. Back when I was an early teenager, I had horrendous acne. It ruined my self esteem, how people saw me, and it really made me feel insecure. And then I was looking at other types of people as well. And there were people who had cysts. And for anyone who doesn't know what cysts are, it's kind of like acne, except it's very painful. And oftentimes it bleeds into your skin. So it really stings and can keep you up at night. And sometimes I hear people who have cysts say, I wish I had acne. Not even I have clear skin. I wish I had acne because they want to be one step below or one step ahead of solving the problem. And it really makes me think that as people, as a society, we're always thinking about what we don't have. And sometimes be honest with yourself because I have this too. We have so much, and then one thing goes wrong, and we focus on that one thing. We forget literally like thousands to millions of blessings in our lives just for one thing that went wrong. And it's crazy how serious damage one can do. One good thing, one bad thing. Wait, I need to jump with them. So yeah, to anyone who's watching this, whoopsies. To anyone who is watching this, I really hope that you find whatever it is that you're looking for. And just know that whatever you have, someone else wants it. Like you might be thinking you don't have XYZ yet, but someone wants a house, someone wants shelter, someone wants the phone you have, the exact model, not even the highest type or whatever, because there's billions of people out there. Not everyone wants the same thing. Not everyone wants to be, like on top of the trends. There are people who want a phone, not the best phone. There are people who want to have certain aspirations, but they could never do it. There are people who never have opportunities like you do. And I'm not trying to make anyone feel guilty, but I'm just trying to remind you all that the things that you have is what someone else wants, so treasure them. And oftentimes I feel this way when it comes to a lot of things. But I just want to say that whenever it comes to something really distinct like your goals or whatever it is that you wish to achieve or do with your life, everyone focuses on the mistakes. I know people tell you certain remarks, people compare you, people say all kinds of things, but just remember you're the only one who can define what your life will look like at the end of the day. So, yeah, even when you feel down, someone wishes they could feel that way. It's actually crazy. I'm not trying to romanticize anything, but even when I was to feel really, really down in the dumps, trigger warning, really depressed, for example, I would wish I was at least like less sad. I wouldn't even wish to be happy. I just wish I wasn't feeling that bad because when you're in a state like depression, you're not exactly wanting to be happy in the moment. You just don't want to feel as crappy as you do. Because when you think about happiness or anything positive, it's like a trigger to your system. So, yeah, I know this kind of video is really random for me to do, but I was thinking about the fact that we need to think about what we have. So, yeah, whatever it is that you have, even your insecurities, even things like your physical appearance, someone wants that. Like, people often talk about being thin is the body standard, but there are people who want to lose weight to be the exact number of pounds or kilograms that you are. And there are people who want to actually, it's actually crazy. Your insecurities can be something that people want. And it depends. It shouldn't be something harmful. I usually don't make videos this late. But I was already available on my PC, so I was thinking, when else should I make it? You are living someone else's answered blessing, honestly. And sometimes you actually live a blessing that you forgot about. And you could be in a much worse position. Like you have food every single day on your table, someone else wishes for that. Sometimes, like a lot of you guys can choose what you want to eat. You can just say, I want this for dinner. Some people want dinner itself. They don't get to choose that. They get to have, they've got the cards that they're dealt with. But you get to be extra privileged and decide what you want to eat. At least I'm generalizing here. So I just want to say that things can be significantly worse if you're watching this. And I'm not trying to ridicule or belittle anyone's experiences. Okay, like if you feel crap, you feel crap. I'm not trying to say just because you have these things, you don't have the right to feel sad or whatever. Not my intention at all. But I just think it should be said that we as a society need to work on our gratitude and understand that it can absolutely get worse. And we should appreciate things. Like health is another one. Like people neglect health so freaking bad. And I'm guilty of this too. Because when things get really bad, that's when people start wishing for one thing, health. I once saw somewhere, I don't know the exact phrasing, but it basically implied that when you have health, you ask for whatever. But when you don't have health, there's only one thing you ask for. And it really, really got me because health is one of those things that we take for granted. Like, absolutely. So don't let it be something you pray for. Like, of course, sometimes it hits people naturally, but that's another really important thing. Be grateful for the health that you have. There are people fighting to survive, honestly. There are people who are trying so hard. So seek inspiration from people as well and understand that even if you don't have what you have yet, the fact that someone else can still see you as some type of inspiration should be inspiration in itself. Like, they don't need to look at celebrities. They don't have to look at people who have everything because sometimes, like I said, people are distinct. Like, not everyone is the same. Not everyone wants rich lifestyles. Sometimes people want exactly what you have because there's like more than 8 billion people. So there's always something that people can refer back to. So, yeah. It's crazy, like how people would really want so and so. I'm finding a lot of these chests for some reason. I haven't got my map on. It's like I have an instinct that I can find it. No, really, I actually don't have the map, which is weird. I don't even think I'll know where to look because I've seen so many of these. Honestly, that's what people need to get. Like, once upon a time, you asked for one of the things in your life. Like it could even be a gift. Like maybe someone gave you something. Maybe you bought something for yourself. Maybe you received something. Whatever it may be, you're living an answered blessing. And this doesn't have to be anything to do with religion. This is just something you've wanted and something you received. It's as simple as that. But so many of us often forget about what we've received. We keep thinking about what we're yet to receive, what we should receive, what we haven't got. And that's something we should feel ashamed about. Not in a way that should make us feel patronized, but in a way to actually make us feel like, okay, something is amiss here. So, yeah, if you're having a bad day or you feel like something is going wrong, please remember your blessings. And it's so hard to do this in the moment. I get you, but please make a habit of this because there are so many things to be grateful for. I don't care what people say. I don't care if people say nothing's working out. Let me tell you bluntly, okay? Because that's what I do best in this channel. I'm telling you, as someone who is like formerly super depressed, I'm talking about like the worst thoughts possible, that it's absolutely possible, that there is something to be grateful for. The fact that you're alive, the fact that you are able to breathe. You might think that's something that's the opposite at times, but honestly, there is something to be grateful for. You just have to keep looking. People make dumb excuses like there's not, there is absolutely something. Sometimes it's a person. Sometimes it's a distraction. Like what do you keep yourself distracted with? Be grateful for that. You know, when I was really down, I thought about the things that I would watch that would kind of numb me. And it's like anime or just fiction or whatever. And I'm grateful because at least it didn't make me get worse. Not ideal at times, but that's something I can be grateful for. It's like that's me forcing it when I'm really down. And it's not you saying, oh, I had to force myself to be grateful. It's you acknowledging that things can get worse because you want to be in a better frequency. And frequency is a very important thing because if you're in a bad mood all the time, you are not going to take the best actions and you are not going to have the best thoughts. And you will therefore act from those thoughts and those beliefs, that mentality, subconscious rewiring. So that's what I wanted to say in this video. Remember your blessings. They aren't just there for like show. They're there to remind you about things you can get. And even if you feel like there are some things that you don't have, look, let me tell you, yeah, some of the things that you get effortlessly, absolutely effortlessly, like you don't have to try, like you just wake up and it's there. People work for them. People pray for them. People beg. People cry. People literally sob on their knees just for something that you just casually expect. And I'm not exaggerating with that, unfortunately. Like I've seen many instances where people in need wanted bread, for example. I'm not even a big bread fan for anyone who should know, but I'm still very grateful whenever I have it because I just remember that there are people who don't have it and I get to say I dislike it, but some people don't even have it and that's what they want. So I just remember like that's the blessing. And that doesn't mean I force myself to eat bread, but it definitely means that I should acknowledge that I have a choice with what I get to eat. Some people, this is like their way of living. There's no choice. So this is just like a humbling you kind of video because there absolutely is something to be grateful for every single time. And it's not just, okay, something that's like, okay, I'm grateful for this. No, like you heart, like what's the word? With your whole heart, you're grateful for this. And that's what people need to understand. No matter what it is, like the acne example. I was crazy surprised. Like, I would think people with cysts just want clear skin, but they think realistically. So they won't think, okay, even if my skin is not completely clear, I still want to make sure that it's just acne. And I was thinking, wow, that was my insecurity. These are people doing worse than me, and they still want something I have or had. I don't have any more. Thank God for that. But still, that was a really difficult phase of my life. So I really have sympathy for people who have acne and feel insecure from it. Because man, oh man, did it make me feel insecure. But I still want to say that people are naturally beautiful. And unfortunately, culture and environments made it feel like it's otherwise, but it really is just marks on your skin. Like, people need to do better than just looking at people's skins. But anyway, I just wanted to be honest about it as well. Because I didn't feel like I was different as a person. But it's just sad how people actually treat a freaking skin condition. Like, what are we doing? But yeah, just please remember your blessings. And I'm not trying to be corny with this. People really, like, I've said this many times on my channel, especially in older videos, but I'll mention it again. I saw an article a while ago on my device, and it was about people's last words on their deathbed. and like it was something like their last regrets or their regrets or whatever. And every single time it was pointing towards what they wish they could have done. Like, I wish I did this. I wish I didn't care about what this person thinks. I'm telling you guys, these are real people who are like, at life's end. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say. Like, not trying to scare anyone and stuff, but life is temporary and you should definitely do what you want to do. And you should absolutely focus on the fact that what you have is still a blessing. And it's not romanticizing if you can actually find something, because there is legit something. Like, even people I know who are in abysmal states, they tell me like there are people they love. They tell me that there's something to live for, that there is a food they like, really random stuff and small stuff, which you might think is crazy. Once again, someone prays for that food. Someone prays for food. Someone prays to actually have nutrition. You get it casually. And I'm not trying to make it seem like you have to be responsible for what someone else wants. No, no, no. But all I'm saying is, if your life was that bad, why should someone seek inspiration? And I mean this in a positive way, not romanticizing anything that is bad, of course. Like, I thought my skin condition during the time was really bad. But someone really wanted what I had instead. And it was just crazy to me. So yeah, just focus on your blessings and they'll increase. Because it's something that a lot of us need right now. Don't let that one thing stop you. And I know it's hard. I remind myself about this all the time. If everything is going well and then one thing goes wrong, don't let that one thing define the rest of the thousands of blessings that you have. Because that shows where your brain or your mind is headed, towards negativity. Because it's wired to find something wrong. You don't need to think everything's perfect, of course not. But you don't have to think that you have to suffer. You don't have to think that, okay, since everything's doing well, I have to get one wrong thing going. Like, seriously. Can I climb this? No, I can't. I thought for a sec I could. Oh, I can! As long as I jump on it. Fun. That's crazy. Goated ability right there. Let me just take a look at something. How many days left? Oh, a week. Well, just over a week. Fun. Honestly, though, guys, I know it's hard, okay? And I'm saying this as someone who right now feels kind of like mixed opinions. Like, with what I'm saying, of course, I do believe in what I'm saying. It is tough. And I try to speak with aligned emotions as best I can with making videos. So I'm not sounding like cheerful about something. No, like I'm actually legit serious with you guys. I'm making a topic like this while feeling like garbage. So I just wanted it to be much more real. So you guys are not the only one. It kind of feels like you're not alone, like very literally, because I'm feeling this way and I'm talking in this way, instead of just waiting for myself to feel happy, which I haven't substantially felt in some days. Occasionally I do, but oh well. Thank God for everything regardless. But yeah. And being grateful and having good things, that keeps you grounded. Like, that's another thing. When people ask me, Suzu, how do you stay so grounded and stuff? Again, it's just focusing on blessings, gratitude, and knowing that everything happens for a good reason. Like, I've seen active proof of this as well. Like, when you remind yourself, like, okay, I went through this, I got this blessing, like, write a list as well if you need to. Like, I got this blessing when I thought I couldn't do it, or I received this, or I got this, I didn't ask for this, but I got this. And you'll see that there's more than you can write. There's more, you can't even write how many you have because it's that many. Then when your brain feels stubborn, give yourself that list and be like, actually, brain, these are real. These are not things I made up on the spot. And yeah, it's hard, but it's good when you can't argue with yourself, because we are often our worst enemy. So yeah, remember that blessings comes and goes, but it's up to you how you actually perceive them. as something you're afraid of getting and something that you feel like, okay, I need something bad to happen because I'm just not used to this, not used to this goodness, or I'm ready to receive. So that's another thing. Allow yourself to receive. You absolutely deserve it. And when I mention other people wanting what you have, it's not to make you feel guilty. It's to make you feel like your life is really something valuable enough for someone else to want aspects of it. And that's exactly what you have to do. You have to focus on what you have. So yeah, hopefully this video shakes some of you up in a good way. Just remember, like, these blessings, they can go anytime. So really treat them like they are finite, because they are. Like, life is like that. So yeah, whoopsies. Oh yeah, you can add me on my friend code, by the way, on the Europe server. Yep, this is region locked, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm kind of tired. I do need to sleep eventually, probably. But yeah, I am going to sign off now. Hopefully I could articulate my thoughts okay. That's why I sound like this. But yeah, I'll see you guys in another video, hopefully. Bye.